So I'm still not feeling so great. It's like, oh, it is, it is like, everything is taking so much effort. Like, I just feel really tired and exhausted. Like, I just need to keep resting. You know what I mean? Um, I was thinking about making like muffins or something because I had made some applesauce and I had also cut up a bunch of strawberries and sugar. So it's like, I should do something with those. Like, but every time I think of doing something, it's like, oh my God. Like, uh, and this morning I spent hours taking the Tegaderm off of my chest. And because he said you have to be really careful because if you just take it and rip it, I'm going to rip the chest wall, my muscles again. So he said I had to do it really gentle. It was so tight on there. Um, like if you don't know what it is, it's just this thin, sticky plastic. It just really adheres to you. And so I was putting castor oil on to get it off. And so I kept putting that on to get it off. But I have to keep the drains in a couple more days because, so apparently what it's doing is, it is causing more friction. So, because I went back and read the message again, because I had got that part off, and then the drains keep draining barely anything. And so I had said yesterday if I could take him out. And he said he wanted to leave him in a couple more days because it was being like creating adhesions. So it is promoting healing because it's, remember I said like when they take the implant out, that both sides of where the implant was resting up against gets like a film that is like, it's sticky, I guess, but it's slippery. And so it's really hard to get it to adhere. And that is why originally he had told me, because when they do the en blanc, even if they don't go in and take out all your capsule, they go in and fuck with the tissue to create adhesion. So it creates scar tissue to heal. And so that is what he's trying to use this tubing for inside my chest. And it fucking is uncomfortable. That is so uncomfortable. So anyways, that is what's kicking my ass too with the pain thing. Because it's like the tubes are not as big as my pinky, but they're a pretty thick round thing. And then they're going up right up against my ribs, and then they go across my ribs and then coil up inside there. So I'm sure I'm going to lose more volume when those come out, which is fine. I'm fine. I don't care. After I got all the bandages off and stuff, I was like, oh, it's way better than I thought I was gonna be. So I'm gonna keep putting these different essential oils on and stuff. And then Amy had also told me about getting this boron cream that is supposed to help for the pain, for the aching and stuff. So I've been putting that all across on my chest. And then down by the incisions, because now I'm just wearing this sports bra. I did order a sport, what are those things called? Like it's a certain kind of sports bra thing, which I didn't even know anything about them. But man, it's so crazy when you really think about like all the surgeons' boob surgeries are all reconstructive. So they got this bra, and got them for all different prices, like $20 to like $80 on Amazon. But they are compression things. The only problem is that all the people who, when I was reading through the reviews, are all like if you have big ones, then you have compression. But for small, I don't know that. So I tried to find one, so I'll have to just see if it does put enough pressure, hopefully. Because that is where I had looked up some other girls that had done an explant. And this one girl, she's just like moving right on through doing stuff, but like my muscle isn't sewed back down, so I got to be a lot more careful because I'm trying to do it with the, it, doing it naturally. So hopefully, then I was like, okay, well, if I got to leave these tubes in longer to promote that healing inside, then I'll just have to deal with that. But oh my gosh, as soon as if something touches it or something, oh Jesus Christ, it hurts. Um, on both sides, you just barely touch it, and it's like burning and pain. It's like a whole bunch of things at once. So I'll be glad once those get out. I feel like everything, is definitely moving forward. Like I'm definitely not stuck or getting worse or anything. It's like moving forward. It just was, I just was expecting it to be just like, oh, it's going to be so easy. But before I had gotten it, I was getting like things in my mind about like, man, I bet you there's gonna be like muscle spasms. Like all of a sudden the muscle just like collapses like that. And when someone's stretching it and pushing it, and then it just collapses back. And I have been doing so much working out because I was like, fuck, I'm not gonna be able to work out for weeks. I don't want my arms to get really weak again. Because they can deteriorate super fast if you stop working out. So it's important to keep working out, but I'm going to have to take a break because I don't want to split my muscles in my chest and have to go get some repair surgery. So go through all this and then, from my own mishandling of myself, end up tearing the muscle in half or something. I mean, it's already cut in half, so split it back off. I'm trying to glue it back down. So anyways, yeah, I'll have to have those. I think tomorrow, surely I'll feel more like I could talk longer or something. I went on to try and see like what was going on. The Lincoln, Nebraska tornado was like humongous, which made me think about the time traveler and wondering what it was he had said about him. I had seen there was something, I was looking at the map the other day. New Mexico kept being stuck in my head. And so I was looking at, what's going to be left. So Arizona and Nevada, Utah, half of Colorado, Oregon, half of Washington State, and most of California are all going to be gone. Parts of Mexico, too, are all going to be gone. But the way it gouges in, it's kind of interesting how it's going to change shapes and stuff. But it's going to be like if I lived in New Mexico and my family was still in Washington State, it would be like I would go through the water. It would be, it made me start thinking too about like our different ways that we'll be traveling. Like there's going to be so many things that are going to be changing in our life as this goes. So, I don't want to get too caught up in thinking too much about, like I'm not gonna sit there and think, oh my God, well, if I got there, then I have to get a boat. And then I just think I've just got to just keep going and, see where it is you're going to end up. Like, I don't know. I think, we can rush things. We can feel like, oh my God, I've got to hurry. I've got to get over there. It's going to be safer. But then these tornadoes and stuff, like there's going to keep being the things that are there, so there's gonna keep being like tornadoes in the Midwest, these huge fucking storms. Oh, and get this, the anomaly is back. So the people who are following that, they're like, okay, this is some bullshit. And they're going through and tracking when you can have seen this anomaly. But the anomaly is back and it's wreaking havoc again over in the area. There's some really bad storms. I don't remember if it's Dubai now is under mud or something. Like and there's some people who died, but not extreme amounts. I think it's like 100 or something. And then I don't know what's going to be the after effects of the tornado. And then they still have these, I don't know, these university drama going on, and there are all these cops out in riot gear all over the place. So I don't know. I don't know. They're just trying to create a lot of dramas and stuff, but it's kind of like humanity needs the dramas. It's kind of like it's all part of the story. Even though it's like tedious and you just want, like, if you're awake, you just want everything to be like, okay, come on, let's get to the good part. But it's like humanity has to go through this part of, I guess the whole thing of facing themselves and stuff. And it's, I don't know, it's tedious for sure. Just slowly watching people come to their senses and start trying to question their moral fiber and understand this world and stuff. So there's there's still a lot uh going on with that, and it's just slow again. And you don't want to be like mean to people, like, oh my god, you're so stupid, why haven't you just woke up, why can't you just see? And because then you see these people who are real caught up on the drama, who can't see that there's going to be good things coming. So however it all goes, for all this to happen, is to show the people what it is they're missing, what it is they need to see. So anyways, there's going to be more playing out, and there's more about that aurora. It's not aurora borealis, but maybe that's what it seems like, something, this sky event. This guy who I saw talking about, the other guy, he had said it was supposed to be within 3 weeks. That's what the scientists are saying. This guy was saying it's going to be from now until September. Sometime there's going to be this big planet explosion or something that is going to explode in the sky. Now, I don't know if it has to do with anything, and if it's going to have anything to do with our event, or if it is any part of it. We're just going to keep having all this wild stuff. Horrible things happening with people, like horrible crimes, horrible things and the amount of arrests. I mean, that should be uplifting to a lot of people. Like, there's so many arrests, that big drama in Seattle with that naval guy. And I guess he's like, fuck, what was his people he was trying to get with? Like a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old, and an 11-year-old? Like, that's what, I'm like, what the fuck? Oh my god. And then there's another, just a lot. There's just a lot. And there's so many arrests, and it's gonna just keep going and getting bigger and bigger. And all the things are gonna lead to other things, and the ones that they show are gonna keep expanding. And whatever drama they're trying to bring in with Weinstein now is, I think they're just trying to get eyes back on there, trying to get outrage created, trying to, there's just a lot of, to me, where they're trying to pull everyone's side over here, pull everyone's side over there, which to me right now, it's about awakening. So it's not like the bad guys, but there's still, a division, because we're still not, we're still under the dollar. So we still have that drama to play out. And then, it's going to be the collapse of government. And right now, there's so many of these videos where people are just focused on Trump and what a horrible, horrible person he is again. It's just like, okay, but this is what they need to go through so they can see this side of themselves. I just saw this guy. This is like a distinguished old guy. I don't know, he's probably like my age. And he was talking about how disgusting women with tattoos are. And, they just destroy their bodies. And you would never go out with one. Like, that is somebody who has got such mental handicap. You would never spend time with a woman who has a lot of tattoos. I mean, even one is questionable. And I was just like listening to this guy, because somebody had sent it to me. Well, it was somebody making, telling this guy, shut the fuck up. But that kind of stuff right there is like, he's got to see this side of himself. Like, you're judging people you don't even know, fella. Like, how can you wrap everybody up in this little group? Like, we're all very different from each other. You get all us tattooed ladies up there together, and you find out we're very different. We're not all just one species. So it's like, that's such ignorance. And everybody has their own reasons for what they do. So Anyways, this is the time though for people to see for themselves, see themselves in a different way. And I'm sure his little thing is gonna come back and bite him. Like the one lady, fuck, I don't know if she's all over Twitter, but she's all over TikTok nonstop. Is she was heavily tattooed all on her face, and that is, you know, sad that they did rope so many people into just tattooing their face, because and there are so many tattoo artists who tattoo people when they're not and mentally stable. Like that's what I don't understand. Like, where is the fucking morals, man? And I mean, there's a lot of people who, I mean, it's essentially just disfigured themselves to try and be like rockers or something. Like even Aaron Carter. I mean, that guy, I think he had done a bunch of tattoos on his face, and he, like, all the troubles coming out about him, and I don't know, his like those sex crimes against some of these kids and stuff, what they've grown up with. And then who was the other guy who they all loved? I can't think of his name. It starts with a P though. And he did a bunch of tattoos on his face, and that really seemed to motivate a bunch of people, where it was just like people just started putting just stuff all over their face. And I was like, what in the world? Like, I was like, well, you know, I guess the world's changing. Like over in New Zealand, but they all have, like, you see people with face tattoos, but they have meaning. Like they're like uh more of a tribal kind of thing. Like they have some kind of a meaning, not just like, yeah, fucker, pretty girl, look here. Like it's just weird. Like, what are you doing to your face? And so this girl's video, she's got a whole bunch of tattoos all over her face. So it does make her look like, you know, she probably has some mental problem. She probably went and got these tattoos when she was like on a manic episode or something. And so she does a video complaining about she can't get hired at TJ Maxx of all places. And oh my gosh, the video is coming at her. But, you know, which was, and she keeps arguing back with people, and some of the things that people have said, and I don't know. All these things have to just keep playing out. There's just a lot of drama, but all this stuff is for things to come to the surface so the people who are involved can see themselves. So, you know, when somebody's sitting there being super judgmental of her even, then they're going to, when things happen, it's going to be, it's to see yourself. It's not so you can see other people. And and then you got to always remember that the things that people do when you get triggered is so hard for people to get. As somebody was just telling me about somebody, you know, thinking they're the bad, their partners, they're the bad guy. They're the bad guy, and the other person's the good guy. It's like, that's not how it works. There's no, yeah, you can have triggers, and you can feel like this person's triggering you on purpose, but that is not how it is. The universe is triggering you. That person's just the role player, and you are triggering yourself to heal. You're missing out on all your healing available when you keep getting mad at somebody for triggering you. You've got to go into the trigger. You got to go in deeper. And then when you overreact and you get real angry and you feel shame about it, you got to be real and be honest, and then start catching yourself so that you stop with your behavior. So you can start understanding yourself on a deeper level. But, you know, it's an important part of growth is to understand there is no good guy or bad guy. We're both things, and people play both roles in life experience, and that whatever role that is you're feeling, it's to bring something up. So it's to help you bring things to the surface so that you can heal old wounds and stuff. So just keep that in mind for whatever things are triggering you and stuff right now. So, it seemed like there was something else. So more with that anomaly moving, more with the crazy storms, more of like, You know, don't jump up and hurry and move because you think you got to run from one storm and you run right into the arms of another storm. So you just got to keep trusting like you're where you're supposed to be. You're where you're supposed to be. When it's time to go someplace different, something will happen. And I think, you know, when I feel more better, not feel so, I don't know, just like getting little jolts of sleep and, I don't know, just feel crappy. I just feel, it's just so funny because I just thought, oh, it's going to be so simple. It's going to be the easiest thing. But yeah, it's not the easiest thing. Definitely, too, is that, you know, to collapse from a double D down to an A, that is a lot of sizes. Like when I started really thinking about it, it's like, fuck, that is a lot of collapsing. So that all of that space that was taken up with, well, stretch, really just water holding it out like that, all that has to shrink back down and go back and attach and stuff. So yeah, it's painful. Like so, and then plus you like move and then you'll think like, oh, it's kind of attached, then you'll move and you'll feel like a painful jolt. It's like, oh my God, did it just unattach? Like, I don't know. This is where I can get things in my head. I feel like, oh my gosh, I can, where I have to talk myself out. No, it's fine, it's fine, it's healing, it's healing. But now, with visualization and knowing, and it's gonna be rough to have to pull those fucking tubes out, where I was even like, fuck, if I was closer, I would go to the doctor and just have him do it just because I don't want to fucking do it. Like this one is way over here and I'm going to feel it like when I start pulling and it's big. In my mind, I'm pulling it and pulling it and there's chunks of my body coming out. This is where the flesh and blood thing really gets to. It's so wild because I'm on this whole thing about trying to detach from flesh and blood, and then you go get a procedure done and it's all flesh and blood, baby. It's like, fuck. They really get you sapped into there. So anyways, and Stella, she's pissed, man. She is so fed up. She's like, we just got to go for a walk. We just got to go for a walk. We just got to go for a walk. And it's like, come on, girl. I said I can't. And I'll show her my drains. It's like, look, I got this stuff hanging. How am I supposed to go for a walk? But I really am not going to be able to take her for a couple weeks for sure. Because if she yanks that, I mean, English Mastiff can tear your muscle regular. Like, so, and when she gets determined and when she wants to go out and walk, she gets so excited. She wants fucking contact with somebody. And if she sees somebody up coming out of their house, like, she's like, she wants to wait for them. She wants to see what they're doing. And she wants to bark at them. And somebody walking on the road, and she wants to take off and run after them. And a cat, like anything that all of a sudden. So I can't be out there just all willy-nilly. I'm going to have to just keep setting boundaries with her and telling her we can't. And, but, you know, I would like to, but there's no way I could right now. Fuck. Especially with all this shit hanging off of me. Oh, well. So, anyways, I just was like, I'm just going to go do a little check-in so you guys can see I'm surviving, but it's just exhausting. Like, I just have got to, rest more, and I'm doing the oils and the cream. I didn't take any Tylenol today. I took the Tylenol and the anti-inflammatory for a couple days, but today I didn't take any, so I think that's an improvement. And so, but the moaning, I'm telling you, if you ever have a bunch of pain, really try the moaning. I swear to God, there's something to it. I betcha that there's going to be something about with the healing. Can you hear her out there? Sometimes she sounds like she's making whale noises. Poor girl. I know she's bored and she's mad and she really wants to go out for a walk. I really want to take her. But I was even thinking, dang, I should have, that one young girl who was coming over all last summer, who liked her so much. I was like, dang, if I knew where she lived, I could go and ask her if I could pay her to take Stella for a walk, because she would totally go do it. So anyways, maybe she'll show up and then I'll ask her to go take Stella for a walk. Poor girl. Anyways, I better get over there and go take care of her. So anyways, I'll come back tomorrow and talk, but yeah, everything just seems like it just keeps going with the drama. Just whatever. I just always notice it's all just to awaken people, to get people to pay attention in the world, to see what's happening. So many people are just caught up on the fucking hamster wheel. So anyways, I'll talk to you tomorrow. So remember to love yourself and to love everyone, and have a loving day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.